Hello, y'all. It's 8:43 p.m. Excuse me. So, I still have a little bit of mucus in my throat. So, as y'all know, I cannot plan an event to do a live stream. I have to catch y'all off guard and surprise y'all because the online perks. If I say in advance that, well, okay, I'm about to do a live stream at 7 o'clock p.m. If I plan that in advance and announce it, the online perks will be ready. Thanks for the thumbs up. The online perks will be ready. Excuse me. So they will be ready for their stalking attacks. So they'll be started with their attacks. If I plan in advance, they're ready before I'm ready. And see, oh man, that's a perk right there that came in and gave a thumbs up and then removed it. And that's the kind of immature, childish ass games they play. And they are the same ones who are abusive and narcissistic enough to tell me I'm childish and tell me to grow up and be mature when they're doing childish stuff like peeping in and out of my live streams and manipulating and playing games with the thumbs up and thumbs down. So thanks for the thumbs up and the support. And so this live stream, I figure while I'm in this hotel, I can try to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers. I had to wait until I was sure that I got full 1,000 subscribers because I had to wait until I was sure that I got full 1,000 subscribers or more than that, because I started to get my first 1,000 subscribers and then the perps would start unsubscribing, and then it went down to like $9.99 all the way to $9.92. And then after the cop watch video happened, then I got now I'm at like almost 1,090 subscribers. So I had to be fully sure that I have over 1,000 subscribers, well over 1,000, so I can start to celebrate. So excuse me, I got some hard mucus in my throat, but I try to clean out my nose and everything before. It seems like the perps are the first to have jumped into this live stream because they manipulating the thumbs up and playing all kinds of immature ass games. So yeah, the perps have their notifications on to monitor, control, and stalk everything I do. And so see, they just removed the thumbs up. So three people watching, and I'm not sure who's a supporter and who's a perp. So when they know that they're blocked, they do stuff like, if I do a surprise live stream, what they'll do is it just takes them longer for them to start sabotaging and setting up, brand new YouTube accounts just for the purpose, like brand new alternative YouTube accounts just for the purpose to stalk, harass, and bully me. And then they manipulate, and my supporters end up getting frustrated with me. Because then they get frustrated with me when I do not know that they're manipulating and playing with the volume on my live stream. So they end up doing stuff like playing childish games and stuff like that too. So the majority of these 1,000+ subscribers are obsessive narcissistic perp haters, and I only have a few supporters. So a lot of the online perps will make dozens of accounts to follow, subscribe, and stalk, follow, and harass, and I block them. And I guess on those throwaway, or what they call sock puppet accounts, what they'll do is I guess they'll stay subscribed onto there, and they will have like over 20 different accounts for one person. If I block that one, they get another one, and then come to press the follow button and stalk, follow, and harass. So the instant, I didn't even have to say it out loud or announce anything. The instant that I thought in my head, it's been over a week since the online gang stalkers were harassing me on TikTok. Shortly after I thought that in my head, without telling anyone, here comes the harassment on TikTok. And then I did like a quick video version of what I posted in the community post on YouTube. I did a video version on TikTok, just showing screenshots of my blog post that I did today about school buses. So I do not know how, they didn't even give a reason why they falsely said, oh, this violates community guidelines. So I know that the online perps, trying to get me taken down, and I figured that they manually falsely reported that video for nothing. So and so I mean, I got all this harassment, but I'm not allowed to report them. If I report them, TikTok moderators lie and say no violations found. But they falsely report me, my videos, and trying to get them taken down. And then when I appeal it, I'm not allowed to appeal. I'm not allowed to appeal the videos on TikTok. So it's a war. It's a tug of war. It's a big fight. And they brag about trying to get my, now that I'm over 1,000 subscribers, and they're mad as hell now. And they're mad at me having any support. And so that cop watch video, they stalk that video. They stalk it more than I do. Yeah, I stalk it, but not in a malicious way, though. I stalk it to monitor their comments and try to straighten out their smear campaigns and lies and false rumors. So while they're on there making false comments and trying to manipulate people against me, as I said, I'm glad and thankful that some people see the truth and they have supported me on that video. But that channel creator, there were so many people who were mad at the truth that they think it's crazy talk and foolish, the most foolish thing that they ever heard, to call somebody a satanic Freemason. This is real. So they must be some butthurt Freemasons or Freemason defenders in order to say something like that. So yeah, I mean, but I'm as I said, thanks for the support and stuff. And any truth that you speak, they want to call it crazy and conspiracy talk. and they talk so harsh about it. You really hate the truth. So, yeah, I still keep on seeing my thumbs up and view count being manipulated. So even though the perps think they got God's authority to dictate that I'm not allowed to do any live streams, but I'm doing one tonight, as I said, celebrating my milestone of naturally and organically receiving over 1,000 subscribers. And the online perps get mad. They falsely accuse me of buying subscribers and paying for subscribers. I don't have the money to do that. You know, I never did it before, and I'm never going to do something like that. But, you know, they're the ones who created all. They need to think back and count how many of their fake burner accounts or sock puppet accounts or, you know, throwaway accounts. If you got over 100 accounts for you to stalk me, well, that's your answer for how I ended up. Think about all your fake alternative accounts that I had to block. And you're saying, oh, Candy bought subscribers. Candy buying all these subscribers. No, that's you and your 500 stalker perp accounts that I have to go back and block. So I'm doing a live stream version of this video because of me calling myself trying to celebrate, you know, the 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 or more subscribers. And so I had this, I guess since about a week, but for the past few days, I was tapped on the shoulder and told that I'm eligible for YouTube partnership. And a lot of professed targeted individuals were saying that, Candy, why don't you try to get your YouTube channel monetized? And I'm like, well, I can't because I don't have 1,000 subscribers. I really do hate those ads, though. I hate advertisements. I hate ads. So it's weird. See, this perp called Alan Davis talking about 666. So satanic. So, and that's that, the sex trafficker pretending to be Darnell Williams. Now he comes, you know, so I got so many satanic gang stalkers after me. They take advantage of calling the police on me at every opportunity, wrongfully ban me from everywhere. They play all kinds of psychological games. They're making harsher threats to get me either wrongfully jailed or institutionalized. And then all of my, if what y'all are doing is righteous and I'm wrong, why do you keep trying to censor and why do you keep trying to censor and shut down me trying to get the truth out? Why y'all keep trying to silence me? So I got all this harassment on TikTok today. And then my TikTok video of me talking about, you know, a little personal little blog post about school buses. See, y'all exposing yourselves. Why y'all keep on putting 666 on there? And so they made slanderous, harassing, spam comments. And I have to keep blocking their accounts, but I can't report them because TikTok keeps lying and saying that there's no violation. So, I don't think anybody would have cared in the first place anyway if I'd have been like, hey, y'all, I'm going to do a live stream at 5 p.m. I don't know if anybody would have been interested, except the obsessed stalker perps. So, yeah, they're creating alternative accounts And it's exhausting that I have to keep praying because they're making death threats at me or being subliminal about they're being subliminal about, sometimes they're overt with it, but sometimes they're subliminal and cryptic about, insinuating about my death. So that's why I've been asking for continuous help for hotel room to stay off the streets, in which tomorrow I am scheduled tomorrow to have to leave. I was supposed to have left today, but I got a little bit of extra help. But now, I went down to the snack machine and was gonna get, those powdered donuts, even though I didn't want them, but it would have been like $1.25 or something, which I really didn't want that, but was trying to save the little money I had. So the snack machine was not working. I was gonna get that in a bag of chips. The snack machine wasn't working. So I had to use the last of the money that I had, almost the last of the little money, donation money that I had, to order DoorDash. And so I had tacos and tacos and sweet potato fries and some little custard ice cream. So I'm gonna sit there and let you perps expose yourselves. I'm not down with the 666 or the satanic signs, the devil worship. I never wanted to be a devil worshiper, intentionally or willfully. See, when I was in that fake IDMR cult, I didn't know any better. I didn't know that we were blindly worshiping the devil and not realizing it. And some Christians, professed Christians, are too. So, stop telling me that. So, thanks. So, thanks so much. So, I mean, it's like the fake IDMR cult, I didn't realize they had us blindly worshiping the devil and not realizing it. And then professed Christians, if you're the wrong kind of Christian in the wrong kind of church, a lot of these churches, the leaders, you wonder why they're narcissistic, because they're satanic sellouts. They sold their soul to the devil, but pretend to front like they're Christians, but behind closed doors, they're the worst devil worshippers. Well, the fake Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research cult, it was a religious cult that was, the founder, his name was Henry Clifford Kinley. And he had a fake divine vision and revelation. He pretended to be like a replacement. He falsely glorified himself as the true Messiah or God incarnate. And the fake IDMR cult is like a mixture of New Age and metaphysical stuff and occult science and religion in the Bible, and got some Masonic stuff mixed in too, because the founder was a Freemason and he got his New Age fake teachings from Helena P. Blavatsky. If y'all look up Helena P. Blavatsky and Alice Bailey, it's New Agers, you know. See, so I mean, they are New Agers, And it's ridiculous. I'm gonna let y'all expose yourselves. But y'all such cowards that y'all have alternative fake names. You can't even show your real self. But you want to try to destroy me. So I mean, I feel like I gotta watch my back about everything that they're doing. Because they out here trying to kill us. They're out here trying to kill us. You know, making threats at me. And so I forgot to say that when I was trying to talk about the fake IDMR cult, and I think it was the night before last night. It was last night. And they had the lady in Shreveport whose daughter joined the fake IDMR cult. And that lady, I think she was being gang stalked. And when I told her about it, it seemed like she cut off all contact with me. But she was talking about getting together with me and wanting to write a book. Like, she wanted both of us to write a book together about exposing the cult. So I'm sitting here trying to make people more aware of cults and MK Ultra and mind control, brainwashing, and all that, because I know what it's like. I've been through it. So, and I think the fake IDMR cult, I think they got some voodoo or witchcraft involved too, especially in my hometown, New Orleans. And so, I don't even know if anybody from the cult, other than the foster mom, I really think it was the foster mom that got me put in the gang stalking program. It was that fake foster mom, Adrian Felder, who they call Ann, who got me in the gang stalking program, you know. So now the gang stalkers got me fearing for my life. They got me fearing for my life. And I've been having to pray more often, you know. I've been having to pray more often because, I mean, tomorrow, as I said, tomorrow I'm scheduled to have to be back on the streets. And I'm scheduled to have to be back on the streets tomorrow. And so I need help with more donations for hotel room and trying to get the cheapest price as possible. You know, I need help with hotel room and food and stuff, and to survive, you know, with, as I said, trying to get the cheapest hotel price as possible. So, yeah, I mean, I was surprised because yesterday there was a deal, a big deal and big discount that I paid $38.58. Excuse me, but there won't be an opportunity. I mean, I don't know if they might have another opportunity like that. So I'm really scared to have to go back on the streets tomorrow with nowhere I can legally go, or nowhere that I can go. It's really scary to be wrongfully banned and kicked out of everywhere, you know, with nowhere to exist, nowhere to go. And so on TikTok earlier, they had the online perks that Darnell Williams and J Demon Rotten shit. Or it was probably just Darnell Williams. That's not his real name. So one of my previous videos that I did, It was one of the shorts videos that I did earlier today. I got an older video of the sex trafficking perp Alex Dupree telling me that the police got me under surveillance. So I got that up, but I put that on this channel. And so I mean, yeah, so they're making jail threats and threats to get me locked up in a mental institution. They brag about the weapons that they torture me with. They have succeeded at destroying me a lot of ways. Getting me wrongfully banned from here and there, causing me to lose this, getting me wrongfully fired from jobs, and they have a false narrative that they want to maintain. So I'm gonna say it again that wait a minute, I forgot that it's been a while since I did live stream, so I need to try to find a way to put these bastards on ignore or block them. So I mean, like the fake Darnell Williams perp had lied and said that see, hold up, yeah. So now I'm putting all y'all. So I put all you bastards in timeout. I'm putting y'all in timeout like little babies. Oh damn, this thing won't let me. Wait, what? Hold up. So I think I had to put at least 8 people in timeout. So there. So so the fake perp Darnell Williams, I don't know what his real name is, so I guess I got no choice but to call him Darnell Williams. So I mean, I think that was him. It seemed like I thought he left me alone for good after he wrongfully made up a lie and called up the Escambia County Sheriffs and had them come and harass me and run me off from that spot. So then I had nowhere to go. And so now, I mean, good thing I've been in a hotel room ever since, but it's so scary, So that Darnell Williams perp, he lied on me and said that, oh, well, go look at Candy's most previous video. Listen to the first 60 seconds. And she's been replaced. You can tell she's been replaced. And then he was putting harassing fake accounts saying Candy has been compromised. And or saying Candy has been compromised or Candy has been replaced. Which is none of that's true. I'm still the original uncloned Candy Grandpre. So I guess they are planning I guess they want to MK Ultra and sex traffic and MK Ultra and kill and clone me. And it's like, and then earlier today I was watching a lady's YouTube video today. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want any more harassment for her. And so she mentioned about being stalked and doxxed and everything. And I'm like, wow, this lady targeted too? Or become targeted? And so there's more and more people talking about being targeted or talking about being stalked, but they don't know it's gang stalking. If it's multiple people stalking, following, and harassing them, but they're the victims of the same thing we're going through. And then they reject us and call us crazy conspiracy theorists, or that we have shared delusion. If we try to educate them about being gang stalked. You know, so so we try to educate them about being gang stalked, then they think we're crazy and cut off all contact with us. You know, but then later on, some of them, I guess, come to their senses and be like, well, Candy, you're right, gang stalking is real. So it's really scary out here. And they successfully manipulate and turn everybody against me. So it seems like the gang stalkers aren't playing. They make it like as if they're serious and like they ain't playing no games. We're trying to get rid of and destroy Candy Grandpre, trying to get rid of and destroy me. You know. So I'm sitting here like begging for help. Yes, I need help. They're blocking me from making my own money. How am I supposed to survive? And then tonight, the weather's supposed to start to be cold. And then afterwards, like off and on certain days, it's supposed to rain. And then next week, it's going to get real cold. Real cold. Like tonight, it's supposed to be like 45 between tonight and tomorrow. So, it seems like there's only one person here that's not trolling and perping. That's another target. And everybody else is perping, and I had to put them on. I'm screenshotting everything, too. I'm putting y'all, I screenshot, then block y'all. So, they make up all kinds of life-threatening lies that will really ruin you when you know you're innocent. When you're innocent of what they're falsely accusing you of. And they have no proof, but they talk like they were there. So I mean, well, the DoorDash lady, she's like, here's all your stuff, girl. And I'm like, come on, man. So the fact that she called me girl and emphasized, here's all your stuff, girl. I figured she gotta be a damn perp. And then she tried to keep my damn ice cream and wouldn't give me my ice cream. And so all I could eat was half of those sweet potato waffle fries. And then the rest of the waffle fries, the rest of them, I'm saving for tomorrow morning. I'm sitting here really scared of having to be on the streets and not having anywhere to go, nowhere to exist. And I'm sitting here crying out for help. You know, so in the online perps, it's comical. It's comical that that y'all have poor grammar and talk about my writings being bad. Well, you have the spelling of a second grader and trying to say I can't write. I mean, so I'm quite disappointed because I thought I would have more supporters in this live stream, but I have almost exclusively nothing but perps except one person. So and I can't even block them right now. But as I said, you know, within the first couple of minutes, they had their notifications on. So it's really scary out here. Now, I need any and all the help I can get. I'm really scared. I'm really scared, you know, and I'm scared of them wrongfully having me jailed or institutionalized. And they keep on bullying, harassing, stalking, and threatening me. So a lot of us professed targets say that if you don't see me posting for a while, or if you don't hear from me, then I'm locked up somewhere against my will or killed. So they're trying to do the same thing to me. I mean, as I said, how can y'all think that sex trafficking and human trafficking and gang stalking should be ignored when our lives are on the line and they're fighting? I'm sitting here fighting for my life. You know, so it's bad advice to tell somebody to ignore when you got to constantly watch your back and you have to be hyper vigilant. And I don't like surprises. I don't like bad surprises. I don't like bad surprises. I mean, good surprises, yeah, which I hardly ever get. But bad surprises, I don't like bad surprises. And I don't have anybody that I can confide in or trust to give them my phone number or my email or anything or my contact information in case anything would have happened to me. And I don't have anybody that I can reach out to in case I get jailed or institutionalized, or anybody like in the so-called TI community. I don't have anybody. You know, I would hate to have to suffer up in a mental institution or jail alone and by myself. And y'all know how the popular fake TI perp cult feels about me. But the genuine TIs, it's like there's a small amount, a remnant of us left. Most of them have sold out. If you wonder why they stopped posting for a long time, and then after they stopped posting for a long time, like 1 or 2 years, and then you're shocked and surprised that they resurface and then start acting like a perp and then playing both sides. And they're more brutal than the regular perps. More harsh and brutal. They hurts more. And then afterwards, after some time, then they're back to being targeted again. And I'm like, after you call me schizophrenic and crazy, saying I need help, You join in on a bullying campaign saying she's a scammer, don't donate to her. And then next thing you know, 5 or 10 months later, they're sitting there running around homeless again, crying, broke and poor. And I'm like, whatever happened to your lavish riches that you just had? And I feel like, me personally, I'd rather just, be the way I am, because I feel like this. I feel like I am not built for Satanism. But people say that I'm strong for preferring to stick to Jesus Christ. And that if you do turn to Satanism, they say that you're weak. But I know I couldn't handle Satanism. I think that I'm too weak. I feel like I'm too weak for Satanism. Because I feel like I couldn't handle it. And it would be more traumatizing. I know what I went through as a child. A lot of spiritual attacks as a child in foster care, because people say it was rumored that the foster mom and the biological mom and the biological sister Ramona, that they all, practice voodoo. We're from New Orleans, so I don't even really know much about voodoo at all, and I don't even want to know their tactics. I want my mind to be clear away from even thinking about that, So I wrote a blog post today, and as I said, for no reason, if I exposed other people, I don't see why they chose to say that violated the community guidelines. I don't understand. But that's the online purge, And J. Demon Rotten shit was posing as the fake foster mom and made up a fictitious story about me and threatened to come here to Pensacola and capture me and, put me somewhere where I can be controlled and abused. And I'm like, that's not the foster mom. The foster mom wouldn't even come on social media. The foster mom, she don't even do social media. And I can tell, I know how she writes. So, I know how J. Demon Rotten shit, I know how she types. Can't spell. J. Demon Rotten shit, Jessica Ricketts Wholeness, you cannot spell. And you're sitting there talking about my writing, but you can't spell. You have poor grammar, usage, and punctuation yourself. And so, how the hell did you work in an education system and this is how you're acting? You live a double life? So she's sitting there pretending to pose as the foster mom and making threats to have cease and desist letters. Like, that's how it operates, that you bully, stalk, follow, and harass me everywhere. And then when I expose what y'all doing, y'all want to threaten me with cease and desist letters. And you shouldn't even spell cease and desist properly. You should spell that wrong. So she put a fake, fraudulent YouTube account posing as the foster mom. And how did she know the foster mom's middle initial started with G? Adrian G. Felder. So she posed as the foster mom and then put a picture of me and the biological sister Ramona in the background. On a picture, on an icon. So the foster mom, even though the foster mom is a perp and a handler, Ramona, the biological sister Ramona, is a perp. And some people might have said that all of my siblings are all my handlers. I'm glad I'm away from them. Now I don't have any handlers, but there are so many people trying to be my handler, trying to control and abuse me. And so the foster mom and Ramona hated each other. or can't stand each other. The foster mom and the biological mom, Frances, when Frances was alive, our biological mom, Frances, when she was alive, she her and the foster mom couldn't stand each other. And so the foster mom would just sit there and laugh and call the biological mom crazy. My biological dad, Arthur, was in the military. He was he fought in the Korean War. So he was a elderly disabled military vet. And my twin sister will often run into him, when they go to the VA together, when Arthur was alive. So the J. Demon Rotten shit, I don't know where she get that from, saying that the biological dad, Arthur, had mental problems too. But the foster mom used to make that lie too, lying and saying that both of the biological parents had mental problems and were crazy. Wow, they're making my nose itch. Excuse me, y'all. So, so it's like, if the biological mom, Frances, when she was still alive, she used to call me crazy too, and act like a perp sometimes. So I don't know. It seemed like she was playing both sides, or both the biological mom, Frances. It seemed like she acted like a fake T.I. perp when she was alive. Acting like she was being targeted and then perping me. But I don't think the biological mom she didn't act like a handler towards me though. But I don't know, because the biological gay brother Mark used to snoop through all my computer activity and then report to the biological mom everything I did. It was creepy and weird, because when Mark had me living in Denton, Texas with him, I would have been homeless, but I stayed with him and had to deal with abuse. Mark would be gone for like a whole week. And I wonder, how do you know what I did in the house all day if you were gone for a week? Or Mark would be gone. And the biological mom, Frances, would call me up and be like, Candy, Mark said you ate such and such. And I'm like, how would he know what I ate if he was gone for a whole week? So I questioned and wondered, well, did they have secret cameras in the house that I didn't know about? Watching my every move? That was creepy and weird. Or my own twin sister would call me up and talk to me and act like she know everything I did in the house. If I'm in Los Angeles and she's way in such and such city and state, and excuse me, I got gas. So I never intentionally, willfully, or knowingly mess with witchcraft. Not willfully or knowingly, So I try to stay away from it. And so well, it's like I had it's like for I didn't even get to eat breakfast today. So it was almost 2:00 and I just had the tacos and I had the tacos and the sweet potato fries, and also the tacos, sweet potato fries, and that little ice cream custard. And then for dinner, I had the last of for dinner I had the last of the last 2 slices of pizza. So now I don't have any more food. And I had 2 spoonfuls of coconut oil today. So I think I might have $6 in paper. And I don't know how much money in coins I have. And then I got $4 and something in the bank. And I'm, as I said, I need help with more hotel room and to stay off the streets, because they're really trying to do me in. They're really trying to capture me and do me in. And they're bragging about their wicked deeds because they know that they can get away with it. They figure that on this earth, they're invincible. So, I'm sitting here like earlier, I thought about, working on quite a few short stories and possibly maybe the novel. But I couldn't because the more than one online perp was harassing me on TikTok, and I had to stalk my own TikTok and monitor it and keep tabs so that I could keep blocking them. And so people on TikTok are wondering, asking me why they keep doing that, and I'm putting videos out trying to explain what these perps are doing. They got some people who have following me on TikTok and they don't know nothing about gang stalking. Because not all my content is about gang stalking. Even here on YouTube, the majority of it is, but not all of it. So, I mean, yeah, I gotta get used to the ads on my channel. I really hate the ads. And they have the super thanks and the thanks button where you can donate, and I got my channel monetized, and so but it's like I'm sitting here attracting more haters than supporters, I've been having like dry skin right here, and I guess on my nose and behind here, and even right here. It's like my seborrheic dermatitis is trying to come back, because I'm pretty sure my immune system is weak because I haven't been able to eat that healthy. But my body was craving the coconut oil today. And then once I got it in my system, like I gagged on the texture because it started to somewhat solidify. So I'm sitting here feeling like my stomach is tight, right now. Like I really don't have much of an appetite right now, but I think I have been dehydrated and need to drink more and more water. So I mean, my Tourette's is getting worse too. So yeah, I mean, on average, this hotel would be like, with tax and all, on average, $60 a night. But I don't know if their prices actually fluctuate. But so I mean, as I said, I'm really scared. I'm really scared. And it happens with celebrities and targeted individuals that if the Illuminati kill you, then they erase all your social media after you're dead. They erase your social media after you're dead. Sometimes, I mean, and of course you didn't do it. But I mean, I don't think they do it all the time. But a lot of celebrities, if they kill you, and then next thing you know, your Instagram is wiped out. I mean, if they had all that exposure, or if these celebrities will still be alive, like if people like Chris Brown used to tweet on Twitter, and I think they deleted his tweets, but then they make it like he deleted his own tweet. That they made it like as if he got scared and deleted his own tweets. And I'll be sure, you know, a lot of people have been keeping an eye on him because he's targeted. And he I mean, Diddy tried to have him killed. He had everybody else killed. So I'll be sure had put some stuff on Instagram, and they made it like as if he got scared and deleted it. But maybe they wiped it out, hacked into his account and deleted it or wiped it out. So they got so many people who worship a lie and hate the truth. And then narcissistic abusers, they'll say something hurtful, like tell me, you know, oh, you're greedy. And I get mad. That's just their opinion, right? And they'll get mad. I mean, if I get mad at them calling me greedy, they're like, oh, you can't get mad because I told you the truth. You calling me greedy, that's just your personal opinion and your feelings about me because you don't like me. Or if you be like, oh, your writing is horrible. Oh, you can't get mad because I told you the truth. Well, other people might think it's that is you know, good. That was a good short story. So something is true if I post evidence of your manipulating the headlights. You know, and then the online perps falsely say a burned out headlight. Well, ain't nobody gonna ain't this massive amount of people gonna be driving around with burnt out headlights, and especially with police nearby, they would get pulled over. So if it's too many people with so-called burned out headlights on, how as I said, how you gonna have burned out headlights on a brand new car? It's not burned out, you're manipulating. And so they try to force that perp shit on me. I had to quit the doggone, me trying to do what's morally right. To quit the cab driving job. As much as I love driving, they forcibly deprived me on purpose so that I had to be forced to quit. I couldn't continue. And then everybody was a damn perp. Fake ass unlucky cab. Lucky cab. I call it fake ass unlucky cab. All the drivers are perps. Plus not all the supervisors, but the majority of them. Unless they might have had a couple of fake nice perps that I didn't know, but they had a couple of them that were sincere, you know. So all the trainers and managers and owners, they're all abusive, narcissistic perps. And they know the guy, I wish I had him on film, but I'm not sure if he was a dispatcher, but he admitted to me that I was shocked, my mouth dropped, that he admitted to me that he knew that they had one tail light on that van number 505. It was an old Dodge Caravan that they had me drive. Later on, after I left, that's when they fixed that. They fixed it. And then they gave me that Cadillac SRX. It was so raggedy. I mean, it was a Cadillac, but it was so raggedy and dirty. I didn't feel comfortable driving it. I didn't want to touch the doggone thing. I felt uncomfortable the whole time. And so in that Cadillac, it had busted up raggedy, scraggly seats and everything. And they had manipulated, and then it's like I'm sitting here driving throughout the day, And everything looks normal during the day, and then at nighttime, that's when I realized that maybe somebody must have hit the vehicle with energy weapons to make it look like, you know. So it's like, I'm not y'all trying to make me look like a perp out here. No, I don't want any parts of it. It's like they want to try to trick, coerce, and sneak perping on me. And it's like they want to try to force me to be a perp and force me to be satanic, trying to force me to be a whore and everything. I'm not doing any of that. So, and I feel like I'm sitting here feeling like my soul is tired. I feel like my soul is tired, and I'm sick of being on this damn earth. But thank you so much. I feel like I'm sick of being on this earth and sick of suffering. But at the same time, I'm scared to go to hell, and I'm not trying to commit suicide. And I'm sitting here struggling to try to fight to survive. You know, trying to fight to live and try to fight to survive. And I see other professed targeted individuals. I look around and see other targeted individuals fighting for the will to live and the will to survive. And the Bible saying, choose life. So I'm sitting here trying to choose life. And somebody was suicidal on Yahoo Answers. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, Native Boy. So I'm sitting here, you know, fighting for my life. And, excuse me, y'all. I'm sitting here trying to fight for my survival. And on Yahoo Answers years ago, somebody was feeling very suicidal and wanted to give up. But what happened was somebody in the comments or answers, you know, said, don't go kill yourself. Don't commit suicide. Because, you know, it's better to, you don't want to go to hell committing suicide. So that guy gave the person the advice to die. If you want to die, just take up your cross. Die to yourself. Die to yourself. You know, die to yourself, and you'll crucify the flesh and die to yourself, and take up your cross and follow Jesus. And I feel like thank you. Yep. So, you know, I feel like I personally haven't been following Jesus as much as I should, being distracted by the gang stalking and going off. But I'm sitting here, you know, trying to climb, to discipline myself, to Bible reading and prayer and listening to my favorite songs. And, you know, trying to get closer to God. And so the online perps make up a false rumor, lying and saying that I'm a fake Christian. And that that's what the fake Darnell Williams perp, he lied on TikTok and said that I'm a Satanist that just latching on to Christians and exploiting their philanthropy or something like that. No, like, that's not even true. You're the one who's sitting there signing me, trying to sex traffic me, and you're signing me up against my consent or knowledge. How did you even get my emails? How do you know my emails, and how did you get my emails to sign me up for Freemason newsletters and Satanism newsletters against my consent? You know? Yeah, so it's like you're trying to force me to be a satanic OnlyFans prostitute. Thank you. I support you too. Thank you. So, I feel like this. from the rapes that happened in the past and being sexually taken advantage of and taken advantage of with money and stuff and dealing with narcissistic abuse. I'm traumatized by sex, and you wouldn't please me the way I wanted to anyway. You only care about your own get off, and you don't care about my pleasure. So I wouldn't want to. It's never been in me to live the drug and whoring lifestyle. Never been on drugs. The only drugs is sugar and junk food. Ever since foster care, but I've done a whole lot better until dealing with this homeless situation. And it seemed like junk food is nothing. The only stuff that would be around is if I could go to a snack machine. And I don't even like that. And so I'm just sitting here, excuse me, feeling all depressed and scared to go out and trying to get as much time here as possible, because I don't know if I'll end up getting help tonight. Or, if anybody would donate tonight for me to get any help. So, they won't let me work. Or they think I'm too crazy or too retarded to work, or I'm a liability to the company. But I'm not too retarded to do Satan's perk work. But I can't, won't let me have a real job. But if I had a laptop, I don't even know. I don't like this room. If I could go in a different room or something. If I had a way to get another laptop and a permanent place to live, even if I could stay here long term, I was told that there's a job waiting for me if I could ever get permanent housing. There's a job waiting for me if I could ever get permanent housing or an extended stay place or to stay somewhere long term. An online work from home or work at home job. But I could do write my short stories and blog. I could do that from anywhere. But they blocked me from being monetized. They shadow banned me and bragged about me being shadow banned. And they blocked my blog from being able to be monetized. And I never got any donation money from the blog at all, but I got, rare amount of donations, here and there from my Ko-fi with my short stories and stuff, So they're falsely painting me as a bad person and turning all my support away. It's a nightmare that they're making even other targets hate me and bully me. If we're all supposed to be narcissistic abuse victims and targeted individuals, and why and how are you doing the same thing to me? So, it's really scary. I'm sorry I keep reiterating how scared I am without having anywhere to go. And have to be back on the streets tomorrow with $4 in the bank and probably with the coins involved, probably $9 or $10 in cash. And hardly much of nothing. That's enough maybe for one meal. And I'm upset because this MP3 player right here, I got to go to my storage unit and get another one. I like the music format that I have on this MP3 player because I got all my top favorite Christian songs together, and I have the Bible on here, like the audio of the Bible on here, excuse me. And the songs I really don't care for, I have that separated in a different folder. So I got my top 36 favorite songs plus my white noise thing, on here. So, as I said, my nails are getting longer. My nails usually don't be this long. But because of my depression, I know it seems so simple to just trim your doggone nails. But at least they're not dirty. They're clean. They look clean. They're white. They're pearly off-white. They're not even, you don't see any dirt. No dirt on my nails. But it's not the normal me to have long fingernails. I hate long fingernails. So, I guess I'm going to wrap up because this live stream has been kind of quiet on the comment side, except with the perps. I'm glad I put them all on ignore, and I have to find them and block them. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for any and all support. I'm trying to stay off the streets. As I said, they're trying to get me locked up in a mental institution or jail, or they're even making threats to have me die. This is serious because we don't need any more people being trafficked and microchipped or whatever else and exploited and abused. Like, we need to end gang stalking, end human trafficking of all ages right now. In the name of Jesus, we need to end all gang stalking and trafficking. So I don't know what they're planning to do to me. And with the stuff that they're planning for me in the future, it's the stuff that they're lying and saying that already happened. If they're lying and saying Candy's a scammer, but once I sell out and become a perp, in which I will not, if I were to do that, then they would have me doing I heard about money laundering and stuff. Thank you. Hi, ill cat. Yeah, we all need to, and everybody keep on saying, shut up and just ignore your stalkers. It's like, how are you supposed to ignore somebody with a knife in your back? Or, they're so brutal with their threats. They're not just talking shit. They actually have done stuff to me. They actually have done things to me. I got beat up. I got raped. I got physically assaulted and all, money stolen from me. And so many people telling me that, even my enemies that pretend to be friends, secret perps that pretend to be targeted to, or pretend that they're on your side, they'll tell you some truth to gain your trust. And then next thing you know, they start to act like they're in on it. So how, basically, if you're one of my enemies, an abusive, narcissistic, fake, hypocritian, TI perp, and a fake friend, who I find out your true colors, and you're a wolf in sheep's clothing, bearing bad fruit, spiritual fruit, and secretly dabbling into the new age and the occult, you sit there and tell me, Candy, they want you for a sacrifice. You're putting this program to be sacrificed. You're God's chosen. You're full of light. They see your light. And then they do something like laugh at my homeless situation or tell me I deserve to be raped. And I block them and cut them off. And then if I do a video exposing how they acted towards me. Then they reversed it on me, and now they got their narrative changed. They lie and say that I'm the perp, I'm the demon. They would tell me there's no hope in heaven for me. Use the Bible to abuse, tear you down, and hurt you. And make you, if they want to try to get you to commit spiritual suicide, and a spiritual suicide is more like if you profess to be Christian, right? And the abuse have been so bad that you decide to give up and just quit believing in Jesus Christ and decide to turn to the occult or become atheist, in which I've turned atheist before because of the fake IDMR cult. And then dealing with bad Christians when I was a babe in Christ. I had to go deal with all these Masonic fake, unknowingly. I was still learning and researching the truth. When I thought this and that Baptist church was really Christian, then on the side of the building, there's Masonic symbolism. And a lot of these profess fake church pastors, these popular fake church pastors, they have their congregation under a spell, using witchcraft and neuro-linguistic programming and MK Ultra on their congregation. That's how they can trick and manipulate. They're already rich, and they can manipulate it. Like if you drive a Jaguar F-Pace, smack brand new, and if somebody is homeless on the streets, you can't even feed that homeless person, but you expect them to tithe and be a member. You turn them away if they say, "Oh, I'm hungry." You turn them away and don't want to feed them. But that person go to church, be a faithful, loyal member, and you try to guilt trip a homeless, poor person into tithing and telling them that tithing is the... I actually had a fake church pastor, Eric Gullickson. I left that church when he said tithing is the only way to salvation. And then all the members try to bully, harass, and threaten me when I left. And then they start smear campaigning and making false rumors, lying and saying that I'm a prostitute and stuff, and that was the reason why I got raped by the Freemason. In which I was minding my own business. I'm not even attracted to guys that look like the Freemason who raped me. He ain't even my type. And I feel like after dealing with narcissists, after being educated on the truth about everything and this gang stalking and narcissistic abuse, I would prefer to just remain asexual and say that nobody is my type. Nobody is my type. Nobody and no thing is my type. Because you might be the cutest guy in the world, but if you're such a destructive, narcissistic abuser, I hate you and I don't want you. Please, all narcs, stay away. I don't want to get married to you. I don't want to date you. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want to know you. Go somewhere. Go somewhere. Go fry in hell with your master Satan. I don't want to be hooked up in no relationships with nobody. And guess what? Whoever try to approach you like a prostitute and objectify you, they got narcissistic personalities. Only people with narcissistic, psychopath, and sociopath, only they are the types that rape people. And they won't allow you the right to say no. And they keep you blinded by fear. And so that after the rape happened, and you end up being shocked. And some people say you might dissociate. And then while they're doing this and that or whatever to you, and you're blinded and crippled by fear, and then you don't remember everything that happened. And if you tell them no, stop, they treat you like you don't have a right to say no. And in their mind, they want to force you to agree yes. When you keep saying no, stop, I don't want this. And they force it on you. And then some people don't want to believe you, and they be like, what's your word against his? Or, the police will falsely believe that you wanted it more than they did. Like when I got raped by the Freemason, when I got raped by the Freemason, I got no sleep the night before. And I was minding my business coming home from the beach. And I was mad at myself. And I'm like, if I would not have gone to McDonald's that day, right by the beach in Santa Monica, California, they have a McDonald's over there. If I would not have gone to McDonald's, because, if you swim all day, and after swimming at the beach, you get the munchies. More so than when you go to the pool. Like something about the beach, when you've been swimming all day, then you are hungry for hungry enough to want to eat a house. No, I'm just playing. But you have a massive appetite. And I was hungry. And I think I had very little money. And I think the evening before I got raped, but the day before I got raped by that Freemason, I had put it in my heart to be a Christian and dedicate my life to Jesus Christ. But I was still stuck in that fake IDMR cult mentality, even though I decided to be atheist for years. For a long time, I wanted to be atheist. And so I felt awkward of saying the name Jesus. And then dealing with the fake Hell's Way Church. That was a small baby cult. And they told me that they were Christian Reformed Calvinistic, and they had some Pentecostalism up in there too. And I didn't know that was a wrong church to go to. I don't go to any church now, because all churches are compromised and corrupted. I had to find that out through research. They felt threatened by my Illuminati New World Order research and the truth. They felt threatened by that. The real research is in the Bible. You want some real research, you get in that Bible. And then they point to a false NIV Bible or New King James or anything but the regular King James, the old school that antiquated King James version. Like they'll point to the contemporary English version. And so you want some real research, you get in this Bible. So 501c3 tax exempt fake hypocritian churches with abusive, narcissistic, fake bully church pastors who secretly have scandals and affairs. If you then cheated on your wife with another woman, or you got caught with a child, scandal. And you try to cover it up like you don't want nobody to know about it. And then some people don't want you to question the pastor. And I will always question, how come some church pastors be yelling and acting like they're mad all the time? And they don't even care about their congregation. They only care about themselves, and they're all about control. I mean, you want to know how many fake tantrums that Eric had behind the pulpit? I mean, all these abusive narcissists, and that's why, because if they got somebody who really preached the word of God, and some, if they be have like that calm demeanor while speaking the truth, you know. And they might have some street preachers that have a calm demeanor, but they're shouting the truth. But they got some abusive, narcissistic, fake church pastors who be throwing up those satanic hand signs, having you under a spell, make you fall asleep, hypnotize you and make you fall asleep during church sermon. Or they use that fake new age CCM music that lull you to sleep or make you cry. Make you cry for no reason. And you just get all emotional and start crying and you don't even know why you're crying. That MK Ultra mind control and contemporary Christian fake music too. So I gotta be careful. Like all these songs on here, they don't make me cry in vain, feel like I gotta cry in vain or cry for nothing. You know, I feel joy and happy to listen to my favorite Christian songs, but unless the unwanted, intrusive OCD thoughts come, then I have a big issue with that, you know. So, I have to keep on adjusting the mattress on my bed. Well, this bed, because if I don't get help tomorrow, then this won't be my bed no more, and then I have to be back on the streets with little to no money and nowhere to go. Scary out here. So yeah, the fake church pastors. I didn't realize that's why I was calling them fake hypocristians, even before I gave my life to Jesus Christ. So yeah, I was in that fake Hell's Way church and left the fake IDMR cult. And after joining the fake Hell's Way church, no, and not after joining the church, but after I became a Christian and started believing in Jesus Christ, after I started believing in Jesus Christ, you know, after I started believing in Jesus Christ, it took me a good 6 months. And after I left the fake Hell's Way church was when I started, when I started to feel comfortable with saying the name Jesus Christ. So every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. So the fake IDMR cult made us afraid to say Jesus. And I was still believing in the cult when I told somebody I didn't know no better. I was still cult mind control. And I said, the names Lord, God, and Jesus Christ are not allowed in my house. They're not allowed to be said in my house. And I didn't realize that being in the fake IDMR cult, I was under Antichrist spirit. I didn't know that, you know. And that frightens me to think back at that. So now I need to praise Jesus all day. The real Jesus Christ, not the another Jesus, another spirit. No, the real, true, one and only, big fat Jesus Christ, not the small counterfeit. You know, so my voice just sounded a little weird. It got kind of scratchy a little bit. Excuse me. So, just like the fake foster mom Adrian Felder had us so mind controlled and programmed that she had me and my twin sister and all them. She had us, like, she demanded all the worship for herself and wanted to take the brownie points and the credit for being the parent, even though she was the foster parent, and just didn't care about us and just only wanted us for the money. And so, so the foster mom had us afraid to call the biological mom Frances. That's why we call her Frances instead of mom. or mother, mom, mommy. Well, kids say mommy, but mom. And it's been so many years, and I still say biological mom, Frances. And that's how we be saying the biological mom, Frances. Or we call her Frances. Frances Grandpre. Frances Harvey Grandpre. And that was her maiden name, Harvey. She was Frances Harvey before she married Arthur Grandpre. And so, the foster mom had us afraid to refer to the biological mom as mom. And she wanted the credit for us to call her mom and not the biological mom, Frances. And so, we would get into arguments, and during my teenage years, I used to threaten to go back to the biological family. And all my life, I was always curious. Like, imagine being in foster care, and the foster care system, they give you this fake book called a life book, like a journal of your foster care experiences, and they expect it to be glittery and positive and good when it's nothing good. How did I become homeless? The gang stalking program made me homeless. They tortured me with direct energy weapons so bad that it was I could have died being up in that house. They mobbed me out of the community, and they bullied and gang stalked me out of my house. They made death threats at me, and made threats to hurt me. They created noise campaigns. It was unbearable. I couldn't be at home. I couldn't be at home, but I wish I would have known. But wait a minute, I don't want to get off topic though. So with the foster mom, it's like the foster family. Dealing with the foster care, I had imagine going all of your childhood and all of your teenage years, and the foster family and the social workers blind you. I don't get to see any pictures. It's like I was treated like it was blasphemy against the Holy Spirit to be curious about my biological family. They wouldn't even show me any pictures of the biological mom, Frances. I never saw, being a child, I didn't remember that at 2 years old. So by the time we were 18 was the first time, by the time we were 18 years old was the first time I ever reunited with the biological mom, Frances. I was 18. My twin sister was 17, and she kept that secret from me. And we weren't close, because of foster care. And my twin sister would have got in big, fat trouble. Reunited with the biological family, secretly sneaking around to go by them when we were 17 years old. Now, my twin sister, I guess she was playing both sides because she rebelled against the foster mom by going to the biological family, sneaking to go by them. And at the same time, smear campaigning me to the biological family with the foster mom's lies about me being crazy and all that. So, imagine going through all your childhood, not seeing any pictures of any of your biological parents. I may have seen them at 13, I don't remember, but the biological brother Wyatt, when he came from Milwaukee from Bob Belinda, he came to New Orleans, our hometown, New Orleans. And so I remember he showed pictures of Ramona and Monica and Raymond. My biological sister Ramona, and then her two kids, Monica and Raymond. And I think I saw pictures of Derek, the biological brother Derek. But I don't remember other family members. I really don't remember pictures of other family members when we were 13 years old in 8th grade, and they had this boy named Brandon Hudson. I went to McDonald 26 with a boy named Brandon Hudson. But they had this boy named Brandon Hudson that was friends with the biological brother Derek. And so Brandon was able to tell me all about my family history. And like, he knew more about my family history than I did. Thanks for the advice. Thank you so much. So, now if this is true though, because they said that the biological mom, Frances, had a lot of Native American mixed in her. And the biological dad, Arthur, is Creole. Well, was when he was alive, you know. Had a lot of Native American mixed in him. Brandon told us that we're mixed with Black, French, and Indian, meaning Black, French, and Native American. And the biological mom, Frances, said something about being like Native Americans from Texas. The Native Americans from Texas with the woolly hair is what she kept on saying. Native Americans from Texas with the woolly hair. So the biological mom, Frances, had, you know, very coarse hair, approximately my complexion, and she had extremely, oh, thank you so much. Thank you, High Angle View. Thank you. I appreciate it. So the biological mom, Frances, had, you know, extremely light brown eyes, so light, and she had like a grayish blend to her eyes and very small lips. But my biological dad, Arthur, like Mark and Wyatt used to laugh and say that Arthur, they used to laugh and say that Arthur looked like that. They said he had straight hair, and they said he's Mark's skin color and looked just like the man on the Chef Boyardee box. Well, actually, his skin color was darker than Mark and Ramona, because Arthur was like olive tan complexion. Like, you would have thought he really was, he could blend in. Like, he got Native American eyes, but he got like Asian slanted eyes, because some people you can't tell if they're Native American or Asian because they got slanted eyes. And people say I have those slanted, like, people ask me, oh, you mixed with Filipino, or they think I'm mixed with Filipino or Hawaiian, or they say, oh, she got them little Oriental Chinese eyes. Well, y'all say Arthur's not your daddy because you're not light skinned like him. Well, where I get his eyes, and you know, my hair is like in between both parents' hair, but it's kind of more like Frances. You know, I take more after her, and they say I look like a exact carbon copy or a spitting image of her, like as if she got herself pregnant. But as babies, they say me and my twin sister that we look more like Arthur when we were babies. We definitely did, because we had lighter complexion. And you know, when we were little, but I always, as a child, I hated myself. I always thought I was ugly. I always thought my lips were too big. And then it took me years to learn to accept and appreciate myself. It took me years. And I didn't realize that was me being torn down and told negativity, just surrounded by abusive people growing up. You go to foster care, they're abusive. You go to the daycare, that nursery, the learning tree, they're abusive. Not a whole bunch of abusive, ghetto, narcissistic women. You go to oh wait, hold up. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I gotta block this. Okay, so I put the thank you so much, Lisa. Yeah, I put the fake Darnell Williams perp in timeout. Like, go to hell, dude. So you don't own me. Leave me alone. Stay away from me. How you doing, Lisa? So it's really crazy though. So yeah, I kind of got distracted. Hi. So yeah, I got distracted by that Darnell Williams bastard. I mean, I hope y'all be held accountable, and I hope we can take y'all perps down one day. So I kind of, hi, Miss Tanya. See, I was gonna leave, but I guess I'll stay a little longer. I ain't got nothing to do. It's like not even almost 10:30 over here. So so I mean. I kind of lost my train of thought. So, how you doing, Miss Tanya? So, I mean, thank you. So I mean, so kind of forgot where I was. So yeah, I mean, the the foster mom and the biological family always, had it, always at it with each other. So, where I was getting at was so basically, they're saying that, thanks for the thumbs up, everyone. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the help. Thanks for the support. And so, that Brandon Hudson boy, he's now a man if he's still alive. Brandon told me that we are over 60% Indian, meaning over 60% Native American from both sides. So we're sitting here calling ourselves black, but we got all this Native American mixed in us, and we doggone Creole. We Creole. Hugs and prayers. I love y'all. So we are New Orleans Creoles. The biological mom, Frances, the birth certificate says that she was born in Bogalusa, Louisiana. Our birth certificate said that she was born in Bogalusa, Louisiana. Come on, man. Go somewhere. So, I blocked him again. So, he coming on numerous accounts. So I got to keep blocking. So, the biological dad author is a New Orleans native all the way. But sadly, it doesn't look like I'm going to die in my hometown, New Orleans, if I stay away for the rest of my life, But I can't go back home. I'm scared to go. I mean, thank you. I do have ebooks. I do have ebooks and short stories. And I have a blog. And I have my Ko-fi. I got the information in the description box of nearly all my videos, including this one. So after this is done, I have my payment information if anybody wants to donate, spread, and share, and everything else. Someone suggested that I put the payment, the donation information in my Ko-fi, my blog, and a donate. Hi, Cajun Kev. People call me Cajun because I'm gonna tell y'all in case y'all didn't know. My last name is, I'm a Creole from New Orleans, but thank you. Yes, I even had ebooks on Amazon, but the online gang stalkers, they write false bad reviews on all my ebooks on purpose to try to deter people from wanting to read them. So I just put my ebooks and short stories on my blog for free and my Ko-fi. And so if you want to donate, I'm pretty sure I got over 200 short stories. I wrote a lot of short stories. That was the point in time I was writing at least 5 short stories a day in the hotel room, or a motel room, being unemployed. So I'm also, excuse me, I also have I write miscellaneous short stories. I have a few nonfiction books talking about my targeting and gang stalking. I have a nonfiction ebook talking about my targeting. That's the first one I ever published. The gang stalkers hate that. And so I also have a nonfiction ebook about the C word. I can't say it on here. The thing that started March 2020. I can't say that on here. I have an ebook about that. I have an ebook about my homeless journey. And of course, you got to talk about it. And I have an ebook on quotes about narcissistic abusers, And I think I have I think I have 4 or 5 nonfiction ebooks. I can't remember at the moment with the fifth. Well, no, I didn't do it in any particular order, but I'm not mentioning in any particular order. But I also have a nonfiction ebook talking about my unhealed trauma and PTSD, unhealed trauma, And so I also have 3 or a few fiction ebooks of a compilation of some of my short stories. But because of the online perps and their false bad reviews, well, the gang stalking happens any city and state and country that you go to. I can move away from Pensacola and the gang stalking may not be better anywhere else. It follows you everywhere in person and online in this gang stalking program. I've even tried to work and live on the remote area of the Grand Canyon North Rim. That job I only lasted 11 days. And a workplace mobbed me off the job and they were hitting me with weapons in a place as remote as the Grand Canyon. And I even had to deal with noise campaigns and noise harassment from the co-workers. So, couldn't even go to the Grand Canyon. It follows you every city and state. It follows every city and state. Can't get away from it. I was even gang stalked in Costa Rica in 2005 before Hurricane Katrina, and I didn't even know it when I went there for study abroad in Costa Rica. So, now let me tell y'all, since I'm sorry for that light shining. So let me tell y'all something. I was trying to put it out there about um, a short story series. Well, I have to redo. I think I have to redo the novel all over again. I have to do the novel all over again from scratch. I have to do the novel, the big fat novel. So I've been writing short story series, and that novel I've been working on unsuccessfully since 2019. So I think I have to restart all over again from scratch. But I've been writing, like I wrote 30 short stories based on this fictional series about this fictional cult called Timberwood. That's as I said, with the Timberwood, the fictitious Timberwood cult. It's got the novel is about that I've been trying to work on unsuccessfully. The novel is about a woman who fell in love with an attractive man. And hi, Casey. Welcome, thank you. So a woman that fell in love with an attractive man, and all she cared about was just wanting to be with him. And she unknowingly got tricked into joining the cult. And then she had to deal with narcissistic abuse. And she was adopted as a child. And then when she threatened to leave the cult, she started to be gang stalked. And then she felt trapped with no way out and stayed in it for about 7 or 8 more years. And then afterwards, she endures a whole bunch of severe gang stalking, worse than what I'm going through. And so then she leaves the cult and helps other members get out of the cult. And then they start a support group and turn their lives over to Jesus Christ and win souls to Jesus Christ. You know? And so I wrote short story number 30 on that series, and I put it in a YouTube video on my shorts. I put a new layout on my blog, a new blog theme. I think I like the other one better. This one is just boring and all black with some white writing, and I think I like the other one better. But I figured it was a new year, and so I figured new year, new blog image. New blog appearance or whatever. Excuse me. So I try to get my writings out there on Twitter with the writing community. It's like talking to a brick wall. Like nobody really pays attention. So you got to sell your soul and become satanic and promote and glorify the occult, new age, and witchcraft in order to get recognition and supporters. So as I said, the perps try to tell everybody, don't read her short story. She's a horrible person. She's this, she's that. And they think they got the authority to dictate that I'm not an author and that I'm not a content creator. And well, how come if people can get paid, for documenting their van life, their van life living, then why can I have a monetized channel talking about my targeting? You know, and I'm not even charging people. If you want a free will to donate or tip, I'd rather it be your choice if you want to. You know, I really wanted to make my Amazon ebooks free, but Amazon wouldn't let me, so I tried to charge the lowest price possible, like $2.99. And I only got a few little sales. You know, I haven't gotten sales in a long time on Amazon. So I just put my stuff on my blog for free. And on my blog, unfortunately, since I can't, like on here on YouTube, in the comments, I had to put some of the perps in timeout, and they keep creating more new accounts to come and harass. More new accounts to come and harass. So I had to keep blocking them and putting them in timeout. And I have to keep, you know, so on my blog, whenever I try to open my comments, I would like to receive some constructive feedback on how I can improve, and not from you gang stalkers, because y'all don't have my best interests at heart, and I don't trust y'all. None of y'all sincere. Y'all probably secretly like my short stories and then just pretending like you can't stand them. Did I do something to make them mad? Well, Casey, have you heard about gang stalking? Gang stalking. You get persecuted and punished for standing up for what's right or doing something right. And a whole bunch of evil devil worshippers, they stalk you, they stalk, harass, and bully you until you die. Until they can succeed at getting you to die. Yeah, I mean, I have information in the description box of all my almost all of my videos about the gang stalking information if you want to know. About gang stalking if you want to know more information. And so, it's a murder program and a hate campaign cult. Well, in my personal case, like some people with the gang stalking, they will, if you're a whistleblower or if they gang stalk you for revenge, some people don't even know why they're in the program. If some people are just considered a New World Order satanic experiment, you know, they do it for human experimentation against non-consensual human experimentation. And, you know, like a satanic science experiment, you know, and it's more spiritual that they want to try to get you to kill yourself as a sure way that you will. That's why they're trying to get you to commit suicide. And that's what the gang stalkers say, that they stalk us and torture us in hopes. And they torture us electronically and say all these things in hopes that we will give up and commit suicide and lose our place in heaven and lose our souls. And the Bible talks about, you know, keeping your eye on a prize or enduring to the end so that you'll be saved and stuff like that. So, and talking about running the race, you know, so it's a battle. Right, sometimes people being gang stalked for no reason at all. None. But in my case, I strongly believe I was in a cult and I got out of the cult, but I was still a teenager underage. And the former foster mom, Adrian Great Theriot Felder, she put me in the program. And she was my handler. She was my twin sister's handler and the foster sister Joni. She was all of our handling. She was our handler. Yeah. And so now, sadly, my twin sister, the biological brothers, they all turn out to be perps. And now some people are saying that they are my handlers now. But I'm staying away from them, you know. So, like people saying that my own twin sister is my handler. I reject any handlers. You ain't my handler. Nobody my handler. So the foster mom, I have on my blog the explanation. And like the top 10, or like if you go look on my Gang Stalk Creole author blog on Blogger Blogspot, in the description box I have the link. So if you click on it and click on randomly any one of my more recent blog posts, and then you scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see one of the posts of me explaining in detail, of how my targeting began. And even other professed targeted individuals said that they call BS on my story on talking about how I became targeted. So I didn't even realize, I was so young. And so I had never made any deals, like never willfully or intentionally or knowingly made any deals or pacts with the devil. But the perps are trying to get me. I keep fighting against them. And so I want to stick with Jesus Christ, even though I got to clean up my sins too. I have to, but it's hard. It shouldn't be hard, but I feel like it's hard for me. And I'm still traumatized and wounded, even spiritually. Yep, I do. I try. So so I mean, I just I really think the foster mom protected. She scapegoated me. She scapegoated me to protect the sex trafficking that was going on with her neighbors across the street. Those girls, we went to school with them. And one of the girls, she was being sex trafficked, and then she was trying to recruit the foster sister, Joni. And like, how the hell are you 12 years old, or you 14, and you manipulate an 18-year-old into doing sexual things? And the foster mom scapegoated me and blamed me for her mother's death. And so the foster mom said, because of you, I couldn't say the last words to my mama, whatever. So ever since then, my life went downhill. Ain't never been the same since. But before then, let me tell y'all something. The foster mom, before that incident, oh, hi, One Stop Media, thank you. Before that incident, though, when I was 12, 13 years old, in 7th and 8th grade, I tried because they used to say that I was a bad kid in school. And so in 6th grade, I wanted those shoes. These shoes I wanted. So I wanted to act good just to get those shoes, and ended up not getting them. And the narcissistic abusers and their false promises, So in 7th and 8th grade, I guess I was an ass kisser. I didn't know I was young. And I used to hate the foster mom when I was 7 years old in 2nd grade. I used to hate her I used to really hate that woman when I was 7 years old in 2nd grade. Al, the foster dad, Al, was still alive during that time. In my own hometown, New Orleans, they didn't really have resources like that. In Los Angeles, they didn't either, because if you're homeless, even in big cities, shelters are always full. Shelters are always full. So I would hate to go like when Alex Dupree, the other sex trafficker before Darnell Williams. when Alex Dupree ran me out of Pensacola and I ended up in Mobile, Alabama, I had to keep crying out for help with hotel room every night because in Mobile, Alabama, they criminalize homelessness worse than New Orleans. And I almost got wrongfully arrested and went to jail, almost every night. That they had bullied, harassed, and threatened me and wanted me out of sight from downtown Mobile, Alabama. And no way in hell could I be homeless in in Miami, Florida. I think Miami, I don't know if it's more dangerous than New Orleans, but I cannot handle cold weather. And I don't want to go back on the West Coast. No matter whether it's northwest or southwest, I hate the West Coast. I want to be like in the southeast region of the United States is where I want to stay. I mean, I can't go to places like Atlanta, ATL. I can't go there because they say it's dangerous over there too. I can't go to Atlanta. I'm not going back to the Carolinas, north or south. I don't want to ever set foot back in South Carolina again. I don't want to go. I don't want to set foot back in South Carolina because of what Lisa Ruby did to me. And then I got blamed. I mean, that's too traumatic for me to go back to Greenville, South Carolina. I'm not going back there. There are a few things that I like and I miss, maybe a couple, but not that many. But I feel homesick and miss my hometown, New Orleans, but I can't go. I mean, there's less opportunity for housing there. You know, so I don't want to go back to Texas or any far west. Nowhere. You know, I'm open to maybe somewhere else in Louisiana. I really wanted to stay on the Gulf Coast. I really want to stay on the Gulf Coast, even if it's Mississippi or Alabama. You know, and New Orleans is part of the Gulf Coast. New Orleans metro area, you know. These churches don't help. These churches don't help. These churches do not help. They're supposed to, but these churches are Masonic, satanic sellouts. They're secret Freemasons. Because if churches help people, yeah, I heard that it's the body of Christ that's supposed to help the poor and homeless, not the government. That's what I have been hearing professed Christians say. Yes, I have a TikTok. It's called Targeted by the Psych World. All one word, unlike all the letters together, Targeted by the Psych World. So, my TikTok is a little bit over a month old. It's about a month and a half old almost. Sometimes I think about deleting it, but I don't know. But I came on TikTok, you know, for the same reasons why I'm on YouTube and Twitter. But TikTok is out to get me. TikTok, but I think the perps are trying to get me taken down, though. They're trying to get me taken down. The gang stalkers, we call them perps, short for perpetrators. So the perps falsely reported my quick video that I did about, yes, that one. Yes, that one. That's my TikTok. You're welcome. And thank you. And my Twitter is at Creole Targeted. All one word, at Creole Targeted. And this is my YouTube. So, sorry if I sound all over the place and off topic and stuff, you know. So, I mean, I feel like all I can do right now is work on my writings. But a lot of times, due to the homelessness and forced sleep deprivation tactics, it's you know, hey, guess what? I really think that hitting my nose with energy weapons, because all day my nose was not itching. I think they're hitting me in my nose with the energy weapons to make me scratch, so that they can make professed targeted individuals be like, oh, Candy's a perp because she's touching her nose. It's like an unbearable, excruciating itch. You know, but I'm sitting here scratching other areas too, like, and I have dry, very dry skin right now. But as I said, my nose had not been itching at all today until after I start this live stream. So, I keep on saying that I'm really scared to be back on the streets tomorrow with nowhere to go and kicked out and banned from everywhere. And it's not, I mean, people say homelessness is like streets is no place for a woman. And there's hardly any shelters here. And they don't want to help homeless people because they are hoarding. They are hoarding the money, all the funds for themselves. And, you know, I get kicked out of shelters for questioning their corruption. Like, if I say, well, why do homeless people have to pay to live in a shelter? Why do y'all give us old food, expired bad food? I mean, you feeding homeless people 2-month-old Whataburger burgers? You don't think we're going to get sick from that? Shelters are gross and disgusting. I mean, would you want... I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be transparent. In Union Rescue Mission in Los Angeles, what the place I call Separation Torture Mission, plenty of homeless people had to end up going to the emergency room and ended up hospitalized for food poisoning. And all they feed you, like homeless shelters, like you're paying to live in prison. Did y'all know that? Oh, Candy thinks she's too good to live in a shelter. Why would you pay $10 a night to go live in prison? Would you? Would you pay $10 a night to live in prison? To go stay in prison? You're paying to live in prison. They even got prison-style bunk beds. They don't even look like military dorm. They look like doggone prison. So, the prison, homeless shelters, and in Union Rescue Mission, they force us to use the bathroom in the dark. And you don't know whose menstrual blood you're going to accidentally sit on. Piss and shit all over the floor. Menstrual blood all over the toilet. They force you to, I mean, it's like a hellish nightmare. And all they feed you is expired pork and corn. Nobody deserves to live like that and pay to live like that. Imagine having pork and corn. Just nothing but pork and corn every day. And then you get sick off of it. I already talked in previous videos about New Orleans mission being a cult. Homeless shelters, they participate in human trafficking, and they are exploitative prison scam cults. And they make it like as if you join their cult program, you don't have to pay to stay. But if you refuse to join their fake Christian brainwashing Masonic cult program, then they make you pay $10 a night. Or they make you pay every night. Or they make you pay $300 a month. They probably raised the prices because I ain't been in the shelters. When was the last time? They mobbed me, like me being a homeless target individual. Any shelter I go to, they mob me out of the shelter. Like at the shelter in Mobile, Alabama. I don't remember the name of the shelter offhand. But they mobbed me out of there within like 2 hours. No, 5 hours. 4 hours, something like that. I only lasted a few hours and they mobbed me out of there. And then they clapped and rejoiced when I packed my bags and left and had to be on the streets. They mobbed and kicked me out of there. I'm disabled, and your disability alone is breaking the rules. I witnessed New Orleans mission in my hometown, New Orleans. They wanted to punish a disabled female who had a severely broken leg. And I think they rough-handled and abused her. And they forced her to get on top of the bunk bed, on the top bunk bed when her leg was broken and she couldn't get up there. I don't remember what happened to her leg, if she got hit by a car or she got shot, something. I don't remember what happened. But she had a broken leg and could not get up on the top bunk. And so she experienced abuse. Oh, no. These shelters ain't charging no $300 a month. These shelters be charging like $600 a month. $600 a month now. And since 2019, because 2020, when the you know what happened, that C word, I can't say it on here. In 2020, when Alex ran me out of Pensacola, and I had to go to Mobile, Alabama, and they criminalized me. Like the first thing I did was try to go to a shelter. I was looking for places to live and jobs to work on Craigslist. I was not getting any calls back. I tried to get permanent housing. Nothing. And so Mobile, Alabama is very reminiscent of Pensacola, and they even have some of the same programs. Like Waterfront Mission is for men only, and it's a cult. And the men are very abusive if you go there during the day and pick up your mail, and they keep playing with my mail and lie and say I don't have mail. So I just quit going. I quit going there to get mail. I quit going to get mail. So I quit going to get mail there, And to put up with abuse and psychological games and manipulation just to pick up mail. And so I almost got in big trouble in 2019 because they kept lying and saying I didn't have mail, and I had a jury duty thing. And good thing I was able to get the mail. They gave me a hard time, but I got the mail. See, they're making my nose itch again. It's not me. I got the mail. And then, I got the mail, And they told me I had jury duty. But good thing the jury duty was canceled. Good thing it was canceled. So, like in 2019, when I first got here, my first day of living in Pensacola, that evening, I had to go to the fake Heavenly Blessings place. Everybody was nice and love bombing you. I wonder what the hell happened to everybody that I woke up the next morning being ganged up on and bullied, and then the Escambia County sheriffs came over there, and they were controlling enough that they would not let me walk free. And they tried to make like I couldn't go out, I couldn't leave the shelter and go places by myself, that I had to have somebody with me. I'm like, I ain't about to do that. I don't want to be walking with nobody. I don't want to, I need to be by myself. So let me tell y'all what happened at this place. They used to call it Women with Clear Vision. Again, you had to deal with menstrual blood all over the toilet. And they had this female, and everybody ate after her, and I was the crazy one. She had menstrual blood and doo-doo on unwashed hands, and stuck it right in the loaf of bread where everybody else got to eat. There's always piss and shit everywhere. And so I'm the troublemaker, and they mobbed me out of there. And they had a perp roommate named Sarah in that small little dorm room. And man, she tried to make, it was already winter, and she tried to intimidate and frighten and scare me. She tried to pick a fight with me over the heater and the air conditioner. And they won't let me have my earbuds with my hypersensitive ears. My ears are hypersensitive. They won't let me have it. But people can blast loud music from their cell phones all day long. But I can't have my earbuds to block out loud noise. So I'm the troublemaker, you know. And doctors won't write a note letting me have my earbuds and my MP3 player for the white noise to block out loud noise. So, yeah, Heavenly Blessings. Picture living in a room full of women. Nobody gets any space. There are men sleeping in the hallway and in the kitchen and in another room, and you have to cross to go to the men's room to get to the bathroom. A woman has to cross through the men's room in pitch dark in order to get to the bathroom. And you don't know what's going to happen to you. And then they got people, I think, sleeping outside. And then there's another bathroom and shower outside. And so they try to take whatever you got, like even New Orleans Mission, Heavenly Blessings, and certain other shelters. They want to try to figure out what all government benefits you get. They want you to hand everything all over to them. If you're poor and homeless, how the hell do they expect you to survive and live? Because they want to trap you for a life, like for the rest of your life. And it seemed like the only way they let you out is if you sell out and become evil, you know? So, I mean, they make it extremely hard to get back on your feet. You know, that they want you to comply with mental health or comply with this. And, you know, I'm letting y'all know the truth and the real deal about how it is. Thank you, Miss Tanya. So, so basically, oh yeah, let me tell y'all something else. In Long Beach, California, in 2011, or was it 2000? No, it was 2000. No, I think it was 2012, and Yep, I'm always being myself. Never try to be a fake. So 2012, there was this winter shelter. They forced you to ride their bus and wouldn't let you ride the transit bus to get over there. And they said that they make more money when you ride on their special school bus. I think it was a lime green, raggedy ass, old, antique looking school bus. And you gotta be forced to sit next to a homeless man that smells like old, stale hot dog water and piss. And then they forced us to use porta potties. Right. I mean, I think that was a co-ed shelter. What they said more like a concentration camp. You know, they had us all in this one big dorm, one big gym, sleeping on hard cots, hard, uncomfortable prison-like cots. And so, if you're sleeping on a cot, with me having OCD, they wouldn't let me clean or sanitize. They check you for weapons, and they want to molest you. Yeah, I said molest. They want to sexually assault you and make it like as if they're frisking you and make you feel uncomfortable and embarrassed and tortured. Okay, whatever that means. Hi. So, you know, they want you, you know, they make you feel like you're in prison. So at that place in Long Beach, 3rd and Cedar, like the street was 3rd and Cedar Avenue or something like that. And they had somebody every night. Some guy had an STD. Some guy had an STD, and he ejaculated on each and every toilet, each and every night. In those, every single last one of those, like 5 or 6 porta potties. And so, who the hell wants? I'm not sitting in on no. It was just this green stuff. So I figured somebody had to have had an STD like gonorrhea or something, and ejaculating a whole bunch of green stuff all over the damn toilet. And then the staff didn't care; they wouldn't do anything about it. So if you got either STD kind of disease green stuff on every toilet, it wasn't vomit, I promise you, because you're not gonna vomit that same color every night. It just looked like I promise you it was an STD. I wasn't gonna let myself get near that toilet. So what it's like, well, if you can't beat them, join them. So I had no choice but to piss on the floor and then walk out. I mean, as I said, like, homeless shelters is a freaking nightmare. Like as if you're living in hell. And I'm talking about what happened like about a little over a decade ago. So I tried out a few shelters here in Pensacola. I mean, the couple of little ones that they had, they mobbed me out of every shelter. Even in New York City in 2006. And I think 2007. They didn't kick me out, but me enduring, like, it was a mental health shelter in New York City, downtown New York City, 350 Lafayette Street, you know, in New York City, downtown New York City, close to the World Trade Center. So in Manhattan, New York, I first got to New York renting a room. And they kicked me out of there. And they were money hungry Dominican people. I struggled. You know, I really struggled in New York. And the rich folks, forget asking for money. I wasn't even panhandling or begging for money. They were this old spam, who the hell are you? So in New York, they like I couldn't even ask for directions without being brickwalled by somebody that's rich. You know. So I mean, it's that hard that you get brickwalled for in New York City. You get brickwalled for asking for directions or asking somebody what time it is. I mean, they don't give you nothing in New York City. And so I saw a lot of people on the streets, and I'm like, why? It's like people sleeping underneath a cardboard box in the snow in New York. -3 degrees. How come you're not in the shelter? Cause shelters is not for everybody. That's exactly how they said it. Cause shelters is not for, they said, cause shelters is not for everybody. So, being in a shelter in New York, there was a Bronx shelter, Salvation Army in the Bronx. They had a whole bunch of hardcore Butch Mandites trying to hit on me and wanted to turn me out. No. They wouldn't let us have our cell phones, especially with a camera. They confiscated your phone and they made it like you couldn't get it back. In New York, they forced you against your will into this homeless shelter system and diagnosed all homeless people as mentally ill and crazy. I almost got murdered in, hi, thank you, Caleb. I almost got murdered in Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn. It's like that hospital was hell. That mental hospital was hell. I'm surprised that I made it out alive. And I heard that if you're homeless and dealing with mental, the label of mental illness in Kings County mental hospital in New York, I heard that they will not let you out. And you're going to stay there for life until, unless you had a place to stay. And they torture and kill. And they have all these fake crusty Jamaican perks. Oh man, they come like a lot of them from different Caribbean islands. You get no peace and quiet. They're so loud. And they in the mental hospital, they set you up. What they do is they pick a fight or an argument with you on purpose to rile you up and get you upset and mad. And then I heard that they get paid to upset you on purpose for an excuse to put you in, like rough handle you and beat you up and put you in a seclusion room and then put a cocktail of medication. And they the ones who set you off, to get mad. And this is in any and every hospital. Look up The Hidden Side of Psychiatry. Thank you. Look up The Hidden Side of Psychiatry by Dr. Gary Null. In fact, in my Truth DVD for Christians, in my description box, I actually have that file. But you can also Google search the PDF file for The Hidden Side of Psychiatry by Dr. Gary Null. And so The Hidden Side of Psychiatry by Dr. Gary Null And he mentioned about how they get paid in the mental hospital, that they get paid to pick an argument or a fight with you to get the patient agitated. And you end up being explosive because they're all perps. And then they rough handle you and put you in a seclusion room and torture you and then pin you down and put a cocktail and medication in you and then make you go to sleep. And then they end up doing who knows what to you. They can microchip you, rape you, do whatever. Have their way with you. You don't know what the hell be to happen to you. And so in New York City, in Brooklyn, in 2007, before I left to go to Denton, Texas, they weren't going to let me out, and I was not going to get out of that hospital, and they were going to let me die in that hospital. I was traumatized. So in New York, they had the Jamaican perps that be the mental health technicians. And when they hike you up to get mad and stuff, and then they'd be like, get her in the hip, get her in the hip. Because they said that if you stick somebody in the hip with the cocktail of psychiatric medications, if they stick you in the hip, then they say it's the most painful. So they don't get you in a leg or nothing. They want to get you in a hip where they say it's most painful. That's sadistic torture. And they call it healing. There's no healing in the mental health system. And so that's another form of prison. And so they would not let me out of the so-called homeless shelter system in New York. They wouldn't let me get a job. They wouldn't let me work. They put me in this fake program, forced me against my will as punishment to go to this fake program called FEGS, F-E-G-S, and I don't even remember what it stood for. And it was some fake mental health therapy where I just graduated from college, got my bachelor's degree, August 2006. Here come October, and what y'all forced me to do, excuse me, is y'all sit there and force me against my will to sit down and just play first grade math games on an old-fashioned computer, old-fashioned desktop. And I'm like, how is this healing? And then they want to, they wouldn't allow me to get a job. They wouldn't allow me to get housing. The ex-boyfriend, Alex Mendez, not to be confused with the older guy, Alex Dupree. They turned Alex Mendez against me and turned him into a perp. Everything about Alex was a male honeypot sent to me twice. Even last year, he tried to get me. He was trying to be my handler. Alex, fuck no. So Alex Mendez, his penis was like smaller than my finger, my pinky finger. So Alex Mendez, they sent him as a male honeypot back into my life, and he wanted to sexually control and objectify me, a narcissistic abuser. And then when I wasn't sure what he was on at first, and he started to talk all sexual and make me feel uncomfortable. He didn't even want to treat me like a potential wife. But he tried to get me up to Tennessee. How the hell is Alex living so good? Because he sold his soul to the devil, an abusive, narcissistic perp. I didn't think Alex had the smarts to be any kind of handler, because Alex 4 years younger than me. Alex was mentally off, slow, and retarded, and ain't mentally got it all. I had to block him. And he told me some stuff that was very triggering and upsetting. So Alex got him a truck and have a nice house living in Tennessee. And, all he was about was just sexual exploitation and objectification. He was trying to, no. I was never really attracted to Alex in the first place. I always thought he was ugly. But me just wanting a Hispanic boyfriend, I was young. And I wanted to keep up with my Spanish. Dating him was just a waste because, I actually wanted to marry a Hispanic man and keep up with my Spanish. And I tried everything to be faithful to him. While he was fake the whole time. Only called me up every 2 weeks when he was horny. So, Alex was fake the whole time. And so, his mom was an abusive person. Alex put his hands on me when me and him broke up. He was an Indian giver. He had some pendant. Oh, why don't you give me my pendant back? He didn't even want to give me anything for Valentine's Day. Well, I didn't know any better. I didn't know that Valentine's Day was pagan. But I felt left out and hurt. There was no love. No real love. And Alex was trying to love bomb me. And then, started talking all sexual last year. I think the Darnell Williams perp has sent Alex to me. How the hell else did Alex get my phone number? And Alex was stalking my YouTube. He was stalking my YouTube videos. I don't like that lady Janet that I stayed by her. And Janet was 5 years younger than me. Janet tried to get my videos taken down when I spoke the truth about her. And the online perps tapped her on the shoulder. Janet was a Masonic perp. So they tried to put Janet back into my life last year. They were sending and you know what? They sent my biological brother Wyatt to me. Wyatt tried to pretend like he was targeted and try to play it off. Wyatt is a perp. I had to cut Wyatt off. Dirty Wanda. No dirty bitch. I had to cut Dirty Wanda off. So they sent Wyatt to me. They sent 3 people. They sent the biological brother Wyatt to me. They sent the former roommate Janet to me. No, 4. They sent Wyatt, Janet, and then they sent the ex-boyfriend Alex to me, and they sent Trisha to me. Trisha sent me she sent me to go over to my hometown, New Orleans, in Harvey, Louisiana, walking distance from my high school, West Jefferson High School. She lived walking distance from my high school. They sent Trisha to try to be my handler and trying to set me up to be sacrificed. I already told y'all about that. Looking for a pure soul to sacrifice because she was about to sacrifice her unborn baby. If that baby is really alive, because she could have been lying about being pregnant. I don't even want to go there no more about her. But Trisha is the reason why after I left her, I ended up back on the streets and struggling, So she pretended to play like she was the victim and lied and said that I burned her. She lied and said that I forced her to do this and do that. She was the one who was eager to take me in. She was all excited. I was not excited I would have loved to be excited to go back to my hometown, but I was not excited to go by her, and I started to realize some red flags and I had like something didn't feel right in my spirit about her. And I mean, Haitian, and she was a catfish because her features look, her skin color may be like a little bit lighter, but she was a catfish. You know, she put this fake wig on her head, like a fake wig, and fake makeup, and she would use filters to make her skin color look white, or you would have thought she was mixed white or Hispanic. But nah, she ain't no. She ain't no less black than me. And all the guys are weak over her and sexually want her really bad. Now, like, if you saw what the real Trisha looked like, you would be like, ah! You would not want to. If you saw you saw her natural look, she ain't cute. And she got black lips. And everything about her is just fake. Fake, fake, fake. She was trying to sacrifice me for $100,000 a year, senior management position. It's like, you want to sacrifice a stranger for crumbs? That's crumbs. And that's what they want me to sell my soul for, crumbs, the sex traffickers. That they offer me these dirt cheap deals. If you want me to perp for $10 an hour, no thank you. You want me to perp for minimum wage? No thank you. I'm trying as best as I could to keep and hold on to my soul. I'm trying as best as I could to keep and hold on to my soul. I know I do need to straighten up and be a better Christian, but I don't need any religious, fake Christian, narcissistic abusers whose lives are no straighter than mine. I don't need them trying to correct and fix and control me. I don't need them to do it. Shucks. So, I know it ain't the best, but how y'all tell me I'm chosen, or that y'all see light and I'm a beautiful soul, or I'm such a pure soul? Then when you get mad at me, I'm this worst demon you ever saw. Oh, I saw the demon in Candy's eyes. Candy's eyes had turned black. Y'all lying. Y'all saying all that stuff after I exposed the truth about y'all. And nobody's listening. Nobody's taking me seriously. Nobody believe me. Y'all want to handpick whose sides to defend and take. So, I know I talked about a lot and talked for almost 3 hours. And it's now, I guess, what time? 11:31 p.m. So, as I said, I'm going to say it again. I'm scared to end up back on the streets. I'm scared to end up back on the streets, terrified, and afraid of them capturing me like they're threatening to do. And I was getting support and help every week to stay in that motel for $365 a week until after Trisha smear campaign and lied on me after I exposed the truth about her. Because I was just taking notes and trying to figure stuff up. It seemed like the moment she got me out of that motel room, she started with the perping. And she was very subtle with it and throwing up satanic hand signs, even the devil horns. And she could talk about the perps, but she would get mad at me for talking about perps. And she was a fake T.I. perp, not being targeted at all. And then riding on the way to her house, I mean, they perked the shit out of me. Even the instant we got in New Orleans, there were school buses passing by with one head. Like, I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I should have saw a red flag before I went down there. Shusha kept saying that most TIs have mental illness. That should have been a red flag to block her then. And so she calls herself Bluffy the Narc Slayer. But well, put yourself in that category, because you're no less narcissistic. You know, and then she talks distorted stuff about the Bible and this weird fake spiritual stuff, and burns black incense. Burns black incense. It's scary. You can't be a Christian and do stuff like that. You like mixing fake Christianity and New Age and witchcraft. You're an occultist pretending to be Christian. You're a Satanist pretending to be Christian. Destroying lives. She even ruined this guy named Joseph Roberts. And Joseph fell for her lies about me. I saw him commenting in support of her when she was smear campaigning me, and her videos full of lies about me. And she created her own cult, and many other professed targeted individuals joined her cult and betrayed me. And people stopped wanting to support me. I nearly got struck by lightning. No, I did get struck by lightning, but I didn't die. In May of last year, after I left from her house. And so that was the last time I took a Greyhound bus. So I blacked out quite a few times, and I got struck by lightning a few times. But I didn't die. I mean, it was very traumatic and scary. And then when fake retarded Miss Samantha lied on me in 2021 after I exposed her, she left me to suffer. She smeared campaign and turned everybody against me after I exposed her, questioned and exposed her, acted like a perp towards me. And I was left to be forced to suffer during Hurricane Ida, outside on the streets with no help. Nobody wanted to help. And then when I end up crying for help on the streets in bad weather, the online perps terrorized and harassed me even more. But the fake TI perps, they want to handpick who to support and help. So Roy E. Cups, he sat there and shared and spread everybody else. He got a large following in the popular fake TI perp cult. And then I did a blog post on him, exposing him being part of a Masonic organization. So he ignored me. At first, he talked that lingo like a Christian and was supportive of me back in 2020. Even commented on one of my YouTube. Hey, Kim. He even commented on one of my YouTube videos. And so, dang, I forgot what Masonic organization he's part of. And then, you know, I mean, I showed proof of all that flooding and rain at the library downtown and crying out for help. Nobody wanted to help me. And so in 2021, Roy E. Cups ignored me when I tried to I didn't ask him to donate to me. I asked him, could he share my GoFundMe and CashApp, PayPal information to the TI community, since he got a large following, so I can get some help out of and professed targeted individuals. Most of them have became perps and sold out, and they're trying to get me unsuccessfully. You're not gonna get me. I would rather die than to become a perp. I don't want to live as a perp. And I heard that they participate in the same satanic rituals as the celebrities do. I'm not going to eat dog shit. I'm not going to do the R word to babies like y'all falsely accused me of doing. I never did that. But that's what y'all want me to do. And so they want me captured and controlled. They want me in a group home, or they want me locked up in a mental institution or jail. Mental institution or jail or prison or death. They want to find ways to eradicate Candy Grandpre by any means necessary. And so they're trying to beat me into submission. And they're trying to bully and beat me into submission. And they want me to be their satanic sex slave. And so I didn't even realize these. I got proof of these bastards online trying to traffic me. They don't be trying to do it on purpose. Maybe when they offer me to prostitute and I reject them, maybe that's their attempts to traffic. I was wondering why all these random men offering me to prostitute. It hasn't happened in a long time. But all these men drive by me and they want to act like they want to offer me to prostitute. I reject every single last one of them. I don't care how cute you are. And in Los Angeles, there was a couple of them that one of them cried because I rejected his offers. And it's almost always black men, my own race of people, that want to offer me to prostitute, and for a low price. But in my hometown, New Orleans, in 2019, it was a white man who offered me to perform fellatio on him for $10. Like, go somewhere. No. Like, really, y'all expect me to be a cheap whore? They really expect me to be a cheap whore or to sell out for dirt cheap. As I said, the sex trafficker Darnell Williams, the fake name Darnell Williams, he wanted me to, he tried to bully me and try to tell me I better get an OnlyFans. He's trying to be my handler. I won't let him. I don't live that life of prostitution and whoring. You know, I don't want that. You know, it's just very creepy. I already told y'all about, he got with some Indian from India, that wanted to tell me about me having my very own special little red carpet, and that I should get an OnlyFans. I don't do that. No, not me. Not Candy Grandpre. And then say, what if I did sell out? Just so that you can kill me? What if if I sold my soul to the devil and my life did not improve or change? If nothing got better for me, if I'm still being hated by society, nobody want to be my friend, I can't get the boyfriend I would want. I mean, y'all just want me in hell. That's it. I don't think that y'all want for me to, I don't think that y'all gonna give me good things if I gave my soul to the devil. I don't think I'll get fame and fortune. And I don't want it. And I heard people say that your soul is more precious than any money in the world. They want me to be perverse, and they lie and make it like I'm perverse. I mean, they're telling all kinds of lies. And people even professed Christians are believing their lies and become, see. They hit me in my left side of my stomach. with the weapons. I guess that's their hint to try to make me shut up. Oh, like a fake Charlie horse in my stomach. A fake Charlie horse in my stomach. Ow! So, I'm just trying to make my voice heard loud and clear. And why, when I show proof about my gang stalking, professed targeted individuals want me to shut up and ignore, but then they'd be the first to say that they call bullshit on my targeting story, or like they tell me they don't believe me. It's not fair. So, again, I stayed on here like, I think after an hour. Now, I actually intended to originally be on here for like just 30 minutes, but I ain't got nothing to do. But I'm really scared and praying and hoping for more donations and help with extended stay and more longer hotel stay, so I won't have to be on the streets, because I don't have nowhere to go. It's not illegal to live on the streets homeless downtown Pensacola like it is in Mobile, Alabama. And in New Orleans, my hometown, they criminalize homelessness too. But they don't criminalize street homelessness here in Pensacola. So, but the gang stalking network have kicked me out of downtown and run me away. So I don't think I can go downtown. I can't be homeless and sleep down there. I ran out of places I can sleep comfortably. So there's no place I can exist downtown, and I tried that place away from downtown. And Darnell, the fake perp with the fake name Darnell Williams that tried to sex traffic me and want me to get into OnlyFans, he called up the Escambia County Sheriffs and lied to them, saying that he made a new business there. And then he bragged and admitted on TikTok with a fake new account on TikTok. And he even said he got dozens more messages for me on TikTok. And I need to find out who this guy is. He is not a black guy, and he's a white guy posing as a black guy. I can tell in his voice, you are not a black person. Yeah. Just Darnell Williams. So, just Darnell Williams. So, he tries to pretend to be humorous, but he says and does stuff that's very triggering and upsetting. He delusionally believes he's my pimp. Oh, it's a gang stalker. That fake guy, I don't remember his first name, but he said his last name is Thibodeau. No, I don't know this guy. I do not know him. I do not know how he obtained my phone number. But the police, Pensacola police, give gang stalkers my phone number. And I feel bad that I gave a couple of people my phone number, my new phone number, and then they went AWOL on me, and I never saw or heard from them again. And they turned out to be perps. So I never met this fake Darnell Williams person, gang stalker. I never met him in life. The police are part of the gang stalking. I can't go to them. They're Freemasons, satanic, and no, I never saw this Darnell person in real life. But he some kind of way got my phone numbers and emails. I don't know how he got my phone numbers and emails. I don't. I never saw what his face looked like. I never saw what his face looked like. He could be biracial. I don't know. But Now they're giving me a headache. They're giving me a headache. It hurts exactly right here is where my head hurts. I'm scared to be back on the streets tomorrow. But yeah, he's very weird. If you see him on my TikTok, if you see, he'll spam my TikTok videos with slanderous comments and making up lies. And he act like he think he got the authority to force me to worship the devil. And while lying and saying I'm a Satanist when I'm not. So, I mean, he has a reprobate mind. And, he has a reprobate mind and he knows what the hell he's doing. Right, yeah. So, and one of my top TikTok videos, I put a warning video in one of my pinned videos on TikTok. I let y'all know. I showed you evidence of gang stalking, and then I gave a warning about the slander campaigns, smear, and the third pinned video is me exposing about homelessness, the reality of homelessness, and my personal experiences. And I think I only had 3 minutes to do it, or maybe was it 10? I don't remember. But it's close to midnight here. I've been talking for over 3 hours, and I don't want to disturb the neighbors. I think I'm talking loud anyway. So, ways y'all can donate and help or spread and share the word. I have my payment donation information in the description box of almost all of my videos, including this one. You know, I mean, I almost feel scared to sleep because of feeling anxiety of having to be back on the streets and having nowhere to go, or not knowing where to go sleep at. And they send the police to terrorize me everywhere and have me scared of getting arrested or going to jail. You know. So, well, this is the first live stream that I did that nobody told me that they muted my video. But the perps were making their comments, but they didn't mute. I mean, they didn't mute my videos, I guess. So I was able to talk all the way through. So I'm getting tired. I'm getting sleepy. I'm dehydrated and need more water to drink. And so, thanks for the support and thanks for, you know, being here in the live stream. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for taking your time out to come and listen to me when y'all could have been, you know, doing other things. You know, I mean, I appreciate it. You know, thanks for the 19 thumbs up. Thanks for the $1.99 donation, and you know, thanks for any and everything. You know, so I guess I'm gonna go now, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love y'all. Bye.